So, how do you handle inside information? How do you handle secrets? When you find out some information about somebody, what do you do with it? How do you handle it? You remember the story of King David? David was having an affair with Bathsheba. Bathsheba was married to Uriah. So David was having an affair, an adulterous affair with a married woman. And so what did he do? Because he was, so concerned that other people was going to find out about it. What David did was he had Uriah, Bathsheba's husband, set up to be killed. David had Uriah put in the front of the battle, in the first battalion, where the battle was the hottest. And long story short, Uriah was killed in the battle. So David had this man set up to be killed because David was sleeping with this man's woman. And so what did God do? God spoke to the prophet Samuel about what David did. And so the prophet Samuel, he went over there and ministered to David. Long story short, ministered to David in a parable. David got restored, David got delivered, and David repented. Notice what the prophet Samuel did not do, because God could trust Samuel. Notice what the prophet Samuel did not do. He didn't get on the phone with his other prophet homeboys and be like, yo, David is bugging. I got some information. No, he didn't do any of that. He handled it responsibly. He didn't go do a Facebook Live. He didn't do a subliminal tweet about the events. No, he handled it responsibly. Are you the kind of person that God can trust? How do you handle inside information about people? How do you handle secrets? Because God is looking for somebody that he can trust. Because one of the ways God works is when someone is going through something in private that they may not want out in the public, God has to locate someone he can trust with that information about the other person. And so he shares this information with that person so that they can pray, so they can intercede, or so they can go and speak and minister to that person so they can get the deliverance that they need. Are you that kind of person that God can trust? What do you do with this information? Because please understand, if you're the kind of person that at the moment you get some secrets, the moment you get some information, you get on the phone with your friend, you share it with them, you do a subliminal post, you do a live, whatever you do with it, then what happens is there's a level of information and intimacy that God can't have with you anymore because he can't trust you with information. Y'all remember the story where, not the story, but when the Apostle Paul was writing to the church at Corinth, he said, listen, I want to give y'all meat. I want to give you deeper prophetic revelation in the word, but I can't give it to you. So I got to feed y'all with milk. I got to give you milk because you can't handle the deeper stuff because you're carnal. Paul didn't say, I'm going to stop talking to you. He just saying, I can't talk to you in a deeper way because your spirit can't handle deeper things. And that's the way God does. If he sees that you can't handle secrets, there's a level of communication that he cannot have with you because he knows you can't handle it. And he knows that you don't handle mysteries and you don't steward secrets properly. So I want to encourage you, be the kind of person that God can trust with secrets, because there's people out there who need help and he needs somebody that he can trust.